Hi, today we are going to discuss few mock interview questions as part of this session. Okay, so you can go through salesforcewalker.blogspot.com for different kind of technical items, and you can go through the GitHub of Salesforce Textbook for all example codes, and you can contact Salesforce Textbook at gmail.com. Now, before we are going to discuss, let's have a great quote from Vivekananda. Talk to yourself once in a day. Otherwise, you may miss meeting an excellent person in this world. There is a deep meaning to think about it. Okay, let's start our questions. The first question is, how can we do assignment rules from Apex? How can we do assignment rules from Apex? You think about it, you answer yourself, then I will reveal answers, then you can correct yourself. Let's see. Can we create custom settings list type, or otherwise can we create list type custom settings? Basically, we have a custom setting in two ways. One is list type, another one is hierarchical type, right? Can we create now? That is the question. Now, I have a system administrator user in my Salesforce instance. He can see all campaigns, but unfortunately he is unable to create a new campaign, edit or delete campaigns. And as he is system admin, he has permissions, all permissions like create, edit, delete, or modify all permissions on campaign object. Still, he is unable to create new campaign or update or delete campaigns. What could be the reason? Think about it. So when set target object ID method is required, basically when you want to send an email from Apex, we use single email message class, right? There we have different kind of methods for setting two addresses, for setting what ID and target object IDs or whatever it may be. We have different kind of methods. Then when set target object ID method is required while you are sending an email from Apex. So how can we stop sending an email to the recipient when we set target object ID? Again, I am reading this. How can we stop sending an email to the recipient when we set target object ID? That means if I set target object ID, either lead ID or contact ID or user ID, then it automatically sends an email to that particular user or lead or contact. But I don't want to send. I don't want to send an email to that person. Even we use target object ID. Then how can you stop? That's the question. Okay. So let's go to answers. The first question is, how can we do assignment rules from Apex? Okay. So basically we have assignment rules on leads and cases. Okay. Let's see how can we do. By using database.dml options, you can do assignment rules from Apex by using database.dml options. Then what is the purpose? I mean, why do we need to do this basically? To make or to run this assignment rules from user interface, you can see the checkbox on user interface of creation of your records, right? On case or lead. But from Apex, you don't have that option. Then whenever you want to fire this assignment rules, you have to use DML options while creating case or leads from Apex. Let's see how we can do that. First of all, you have to get the assignment rules, for example, on case. assignment rule, and here I am retrieving assignment rule for case object and active equal true limit 1. So basically only one active assignment rules will be available. If you activate another assignment rule, then the activated rule will be deactivated again, automatically. Okay, so always you can have only one active rule. So I am retrieving here. Once you retrieve that active rule, you have to create DML options by using database.dml options. After that, you have different properties, that is assignment rule ID under assignment rule header. There you have to assign your assignment rule ID which you retrieved via SOQL query from assignment rule object. Then now you start preparing case and assign your DML options with the help of setOptions method for your new case instance here. After that, you just need to use insert statement. Then it creates a case and it assigns the case to the particular queue or agent based on your assignment rule, active assignment rule. This is the way you can run assignment rule from Apex, even you are creating case from Apex. Now let's move to another question. Can we create custom settings list type? No. Why? Previously we had that option to create two types of custom settings. Now we don't have list type. Okay, because now custom metadata type is fulfilling all kind of things what custom setting list type can do. So that's why Salesforce stopped support on custom list type, like creation of custom list type. Okay, that means you can't create any new custom settings with list type. Instead, you have to create custom metadata type. Next question. This is good question, right? I have a system administrator user in my Salesforce instance. He can see all campaigns, but unfortunately he is unable to create a new campaign, edit or delete campaigns. What could be the reason? The reason is you didn't check a checkbox called market user on user detail. Whenever you don't check the checkbox, he don't have market user license, then he automatically can't create new campaigns and he can't do any other operations except seeing the campaigns. Okay, how it will be? Let me show you. This is the way. See here, market user on user detail, and he is system administrator, and if you see market user, no checkbox checked. And let's open this campaigns, and he is able to see all campaigns. He can see all campaigns also, but he don't have any option for creating record. And if you open any campaign, he don't have any option for editing or deleting the campaign. Right now, let's go to advanced user detail and click on edit. Now I'm assigning market user. I'm checking this checkbox. Now let's reload this page. Now let's see. New campaign came. He can create new campaign now. Along with that, you can see edit, delete, clone. Okay, so this is how you have to remember. The thing is, whenever user is unable to create or edit or delete, even he has all permissions on object level, on profile level, he if he is unable to do, that means you have to remember this point. He should have market user license. You should have market user checkbox checked on user detail. Okay, that is how you have to check the issue. Now let's go to another question. When target object ID method is required. Let's see. When we use email template for sending email in Apex. Basically in Apex, we can send our own body. That means our own text body or HTML body, whatever we want to send without using email template. Or otherwise, we can use email template, which is designed by administrator or developer, and you can send that body of template to the recipient. So whenever you want to send this email template via Apex, then you have to set the target object ID. Then set target object ID method is required when you use email template for sending email in Apex. Simple. Now, so how can we stop sending an email to the recipient when we set target object ID? That means when you set a target object ID, then it sends an email to that particular record ID record. Okay, for example, you can set target object ID for user or lead or contact. So if you set a lead record ID as a target object ID, then it sends an email to that particular lead email address. Then how can you stop? I don't want to send. You can stop by using set treat target object as a recipient of false. You just need to set a false for the method set treat target object as recipient. By default, it is true. You don't need to set anything. If you want to stop, then only you have to stop. So you can have a look into these references. Please subscribe to Salesforce Textbook.